Radio. I'm one of your hosts here, Hayes. I'm joined by the Red Run connoisseur himself, Marquis, and is in the building. What's going on, brother?
What's going on? What's going on?
The great one, Baylor, is also here. What's going on, Baylor?
Hi, my name is Ibri Baylor.
That's a hell of an intro. So we got some things to get into. First, Nas, Wu-Tang, and Busta Rhymes have kicked off the NY State of Mind tour. This is, I think it's bigger than what some people think it is. Like, this is like literally some of the best acts of my childhood and growing up and things like that. I wish that I was going to get to see them on tour. What do you guys think about this tour?
The surprise guest that we think that's gonna come out.
That's fair. That's fair.
When you say bus, you know what I'm thinking. I'm hoping leaders of the new school. When you say Nas, I'm thinking
AZ.
come on now, we're on the same
Okay.
page.
Okay.
I want to see the guest. I mean, obviously, they make a stop down here in Anaheim or LA or something like that. I'm looking forward to it, but I want to see the guests just like when I went to see the Locks when they came out here. They brought out Raekwon. Who else they bring out? Uncle Murder came out, and they put on a new cat. But yeah, and I got to meet them. So I don't know. I don't know if I get to meet those cats though. I ain't gonna say I won't, but I would definitely like to meet Nas and Busta one day.
Okay. For sure.
Because when I see Busta, woo off top.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What about you, Marquis?
So this is like a if you were that age, it's like a dream come true, right? Nas always solidified himself as the ninth member of the Wu-Tang Clan, right?
Yeah.
Especially after the purple tape and all that. You have to think about it like this: what they represent in the culture and the underappreciation. If you look back, Wu-Tang is considered the greatest hip hop band of all time, hip hop group of all time. Like people were tattooing the W on their face.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
remember
cult.
when they went,
It's a cult
yeah.
for sure.
Even in Asia, think about this. Asia not only took it, but they accepted it. Normally they just bootleg it or whatever, but they accepted it. You know what I mean? It was amazing, just the adoption of it. And Nas is considered the greatest rapper of all time. So it was meant to happen. You know what I mean?
We got to stop qualifying things. Like, consider fuck all that. Nas is the greatest rapper of all time. Period.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's been arguments and debates. So for instance, the chief marketing officer and a few others feel that Jay-Z is the best of all time. Again, I just say Ether.
I got the
I just
one.
say Ether.
I got the 1A, 1B, 1C thing.
I just say Ether.
I,
I'm sorry. I just Ether. We can have an Ether parade all day. Bottom line is, I agree with you, and I wish Em was here because she would point out that conversation no longer exists as far as the greatest of all time because it's irrelevant because of this day and age, unfortunately.
yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
But
And the youngsters don't even care about the throne.
no, nope.
They don't care about it.
Yo, on the real, there was a conversation that happened in Discord, and they were asking, like, as far as J. Cole, and I think we're going to get into JID and everything like that, and their opinion on JID, and they were like, whatever the fuck, I'm sorry, Cardi, whatever, was, they'd rather go see him in concert because of the energy. They don't care about lyrics anymore.
They don't care.
That's what it is.
They don't care.
That's where everything is right now.
They could be, the message could be anything, but if the energy is there, that's all they feeling.
Yeah. And it's sad, but I mean, hey, to each their own. To each their own. That don't fly for me and for us, but to each their own. If that's what the new generation goes after, that's what they go after. But I, for one, enjoy seeing the elder statesmen in hip hop do things like this, join up, go on tour. This is monumental, whether people realize it or not. But all right, let's get off that and into the next topic. Kanye West is having a war with Gap right now over design theft, some meetings that happen. We talk often about people stealing things from the culture and us not being able to hold on to our own. I know Kanye West is a loose cannon. He got some stuff going on with Kim right now that just isn't healthy. But with that being said, what do you guys think about this issue with Kanye West and Gap?
I'm not surprised, but I feel like if that's the truth, then yeah, give him his shit. Whatever he's asking for, whatever he's owed, give it back, dog. I'm tired. I'm yo, I'm so sick of people taking shit from other people. You
This
know what
is
I'm saying?
facts.
Especially when it's attached to your legacy. You know what I'm saying? And we know what Kanye built. I mean, he started from being just a producer with a gang of celebrities around him to passing most of them. You know what I mean? And he got into um he's got into fashion and things like that. And it's like, yo, give him his props, give him whatever you owe that man. You know what I mean? I at this point, I'm not surprised about the rants that he go on and the cloud shit that he does, because some of that shit is true. You know what I mean? Like, y'all stealing my ideas, y'all stealing my style. I got people out here walking around looking like they homeless, and y'all selling it. You know what I'm saying? Like, give that man his shit. Without me, y'all wouldn't have had that. Point blank, period. I don't care if it was just a line in a song. Nigga, that verse is not hot without me adding on to it. I don't care if it's a piece of thread that I sold in on that shirt. That shirt is not dope until I sold what I sold into it. Give me
These are
mine.
facts. I feel it. I feel it, Marquis.
I'll say this: all the ranting, all the robbing, discounting, or whatever it is that Kanye puts, like, he's due his credit. He's people buying it. People are buying his shit, so he's truly valued, right? If this was Donald Trump, would this be an issue?
He probably would have already had it done.
Yeah.
But my whole point is, nobody
takes away. I think what takes away from it is the antics that's attached to Kanye, but that doesn't mean that it's not true.
The same antics tied to Donald Trump. My point is, same type of personality, same personality. No matter how you look at it, one's just black.
They have the same personality. Yeah.
My point is, this would have been a non-issue, even with Adidas. All this stuff, ownership wouldn't be an issue if it was Donald Trump. At the end of the day, we made your shit pop. Your shit was vanilla before we gave you our style, right? With Adidas, with Gap, whatever. No matter what it looks like, and I think I told you, this meme shines through or reigns supreme. It's ugly until Rihanna says it's not, and they have images of white people wearing their shit, and then when she wears, it's dope. Same thing. Without Kanye, the shit is just bland. So give that nigga his credit.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, whatever antics aside, like, Kanye has had a movement. He's changed the dress and fashion in hip hop and the culture twice. Sometimes people forget that the whole pop collar. I saw somebody with a pop collar randomly at the Ohio State Fair a couple of weeks ago too. I was just like, that's just fucking weird. But on top of that,
but for Halloween, Kanye is he is a that's a character.
Yeah. Yeah.
You throw a backpack on with a pop collar with some jeans and some dunks, and you Kanye.
That's a good point. Give that man his flowers, his respect for what he did. Whether I agree with the fashion statement or not, he made the movement, and you're seeing other brands copy now the homeless look. So, shout out to Kanye for that. Give that man his credit and his just due. Now, talking about just due, Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, the first rap album to get to 1 billion streams on Spotify in 2022. Now, this album dropped, and this was probably the first Kendrick Lamar album that kind of dropped, and then the conversation after about 2 weeks stopped around it. But it seems like the streams and everything have continued going. It seems like Marquis dealing with some family stuff. He got the dad face on. I could tell that face from anywhere. But Baylor, what do you think about it, brother?
I'm kind of confused at this point.
Okay.
Like, because remember the opening sales was what, 180 something thousand or something like that?
Yeah.
And Drake came out a week later. Did he come out a week later and did something a little bit better than that? Beyonce came out after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then so there was a lot of backlash about K-Dot. They don't want to hear that deep stuff, blah, 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 blah. But look, I ain't gonna lie to you. All the streaming stuff is confusing to me. Listen to who you want to listen to. We already know who's doper than, we already know who's better than who. So when it come down to the streams, it don't matter.
Okay, fair enough, Marquis.
Replay value.
You're doing what happened to Baylor last week, bro. You
Replay value. No, I'm saying the replay value. Think about this. If you're streaming an album,
No, I hear what you're saying, but you're the same thing that Baylor sound last week. That's how you sound right now.
that sound like that now still?
Yeah, I would try coming out and going back in.
Better? No.
Nope.
Nah. Oh wait, he left. Okay. All right, you talk, Marquise.
Damn, somehow I got kicked out. How the fuck did I get kicked out?
Yeah, I was like, you kicked yourself out or what?
What? That's weird. Now we can't hear you at all.
I don't know. Am I lagging?
No, you sound great.
Okay.
We'll work on it. So while we're waiting on
Would it keep going?
Yeah, while we're waiting on Marquis to come back, like the thing that I love the point that you made, because like you said, people saying they didn't want to hear it, people saying the album was whack, and apparently people are still listening to it, and shout out to them. Like the thing at the end of the day, this Kendrick Lamar album, as we talked about, is more of art, and I'm thankful that people are still listening to it, really still breaking it down, because hopefully it's resonating more with them. This was never the album that you're gonna listen to one time through and you're gonna walk away thinking, hey, that's a banger, that's a banger, that's a banger, because people just aren't used to taking in music in the way that this album needed to be taken in. So now that we know that it's hit this 1 billion streams on Spotify, shout out to it. And some of the songs, N95 has the most streams, which I would expect. That's the most.
Shit go. It go.
Yeah. Then Die Hard and Rich Spirit. Some of the best songs on.
That is my shit.
Yeah.
Ace.
So I'm appreciative that people are listening and still taking in this album, brother. That's all I can say with that.
But here's the thing, though. Like, I can say the same thing for Drake and Beyonce. They put out albums that caught me off guard and caught a lot of their fans off guard too. But they have a fan base for that, though. You know what I'm saying? So now it's come down to K-Dot just has a fan base for him. You know what I'm saying? It might not be for the masses anymore, because we said it earlier. The kids is not respecting the throne. So that means they're not respecting a lot of cats that we used to listen to back in the day. K-Dot is slipping into that category.
Yeah, for sure. Marquis?
Yeah, I was saying that. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah. You sound
my bad.
Phenomenal.
Thank you. Why, thank you. Yeah, that replay value, man. Like, I think, and Bill, I think you were alluding to this, that the dude is, no matter how you look at it, people are dissecting his lyrics, especially if you look back at his older stuff. People will sit there and pay attention and dissect all of his lyrics, the content, and it's relevant, it's relatable. You know what I mean? Yeah. You feel good with Drake album or Beyonce album, you can dance and everything like that. But after that, the moment's kind of passed. You go back to Kendrick. I just want to know is he getting paid though? A billion streams? You understand what a billion streams equates to?
Here's the thing though.
Yeah.
We haven't had K-Dot come out and complain about anything financial when it comes to his music, have we?
No.
I don't think he's that type of artist that's worried about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I get what you're saying.
He is walking around with a crown on though.
Because he's the king.
So
it is what it is.
Let's stop a minute. We say this. We just brought up the greatest of all time, right?
Remember, we're on the time limit today, brother. Just
I know.
Keep in mind with
just like we brought up the greatest of all time. We said Nas. Legit, Kendrick has that argument.
Yeah, for sure. I think we need to start having that conversation, and maybe we need to have it here when it's me, you, when we have the whole panel on, because I do think it's time to start talking about Kendrick, not just in the realm of what he means currently to hip hop, but where he sits all time in hip hop. I think it's time to have that conversation.
Being a native and a fan, I can honestly tell you that Jay and Nas is pushing that bar further and further away from him.
For sure, true.
Because they are continuing to make great music.
Yeah, and if Nas completes this three-peat as we think he will with KD3, that you have to start talking about, because even Jay's released some great music later in his career, but he hasn't. To me, there's not been a classic Jay album, even in that he's released. There's been some solid ones. There's been some. 444 was a great album to me sonically as a listen, but it wasn't a classic to me. Nas is on the precipice of delivering 3 albums that could rank as classics in a row, depending on where KD3. And the fact that there's never been a rapper this late in the what should be the twilight of their career delivering music at that quality. So we need to also have a conversation of that, and we'll have that once KD3 does drop.
Like, think about this. This was retired 3 times.
Go ahead.
No, Nas should have. People thought he should have retired 3 points in his career.
Yeah.
And look at him. Go ahead. And we didn't even think about Magic, but go ahead.
I was gonna say 444 is for a nigga that understand the importance of a salad when he has high blood pressure.
You know what's the funny thing about 444 is that really when you go back and listen to 444, did Jay-Z even really rap a single bar on that album? He was just talking his shit on that album. And you know, like I said, that's not to dissuade. That's not even to hate on it. 444 for what it was, for Jay to be that open in a time where we never get to really see that side of Jay was amazing. I still go back and listen to that album. But it was something different. I look at that. Matter of fact, I think the only thing that you could really compare 444 to is Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is way more cinematic than that.
There you go. There you go. Well, because 444 he wasn't black on there. He was OJ.
Yeah. This is true. I think 444 is the first Sean Carter album.
Yeah, I liked it.
No, Kingdom Come was.
But that was terrible.
Okay. Yeah,
that was not terrible. I'm sorry. That was not terrible.
We you know what? We'll pin that.
No, because I actually like
a great conversation that can stir from that is what we each feel is the worst album from a great rapper.
Well, it's not Lemonade. I mean 444.
It's not 444. Yeah, no.
Well played. Well played. Well played.
Bro. That was
well played.
Okay. All right. Moving on from that. God Did. New album from DJ. Not new anymore. We're a couple of weeks late on getting to review it, but I only want to talk about the song God Did. I don't care about nothing else on that album. Like,
there wasn't no song God. It was Hove's verse, and it was the Migos sampling Eddie Murphy. That was it. That was that whole album. I played the shit out of that Migos track, and I felt like somebody else could have been on there, but I accepted it because I love that goddamn song. I love how they sampled it, and I went right back to J verse, and that was it. I don't know what else God did besides create me and have me listen to the rest of that bullshit.
You didn't like the Juice WRLD track either?
The rest of that, I can't say, man. Shout out to Juice WRLD, man. Shout out to.
I mean, that's like even the Kanye West and Eminem track to me was a fucking throwaway. Like, I don't know where they dug that Eminem verse up at. Like, was that some leftover shit from Relapse? I didn't really care about that at all.
They not even talking about the rest of the songs. Hey, they just talking about whole verse. That's it.
But that's the thing that you walk away from, and the fact that the verse was so long that the first time I listened to that song, I was like, I was driving, I made it to my destination before I realized I've been listening to this same song the whole goddamn drive.
It's an audio
6 minutes of it. 6 minutes of it it's an 8 minute and 21 second track. And 6 minutes of it is Jay-Z rapping.
Talking that shit though.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. But you know what?
Though.
There's one thing that I do want to talk about though. Jay's verse, did it overshine what I think was a solid verse from Rick Ross as well?
Nobody even remember. First
That's
of all,
what I'm saying.
The only reason why we talk about Lil Wayne is because they compared the verses. That is it. They totally disrespected Ross. But let's just say this: y'all got to stop with this. This was the best verse of all time. No, it's because y'all used to eating fast food, and now the nigga put a meal in front of y'all face. Now it's the best thing that y'all ever ate. No, go listen to K-Dot. Go listen to Nas. Go listen to Buzz. Go listen to these older niggas that's giving you meals instead of listening to this just add water shit. This is y'all problem. So when they come out with shit like this, now it's the greatest of all time. No, the greatest of all time started back in the 90s and it's been hitting ever since. It just dropped off a little bit in the 2000s because you niggas started wearing G-Unit tank tops. That's the problem.
Baylor just went the fuck off. God damn. I don't even know how G-Unit tank tops just took this called astray. I have no idea how we got here, but hey.
I got it. I know exactly how. I love it. I absolutely love it.
But here's the question. I'm gonna ask you guys because I had to break it down like this, right? If that J verse was not on that track, I would still love the Rick Ross verse. But fuck all that. Jay deserves his flowers for this shit because that was
a good ass verse. That was a verse
Bro.
for us.
yeah, yes, absolutely. And
For us.
now being mid-30s now and like having a different perspective of life and also being in a happy place in life, probably for the first time of my fucking life, like listening and taking in music like this, it resonates so well. I've been talking a lot. Marquis, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll say this. Baylor said everything I wanted to say. The verse from our standards from the 90s, like, or 2000s, yeah, it still wouldn't compare to that. But yes, for now it is. I agree with you 100%. I'll just say that.
It's just certain things that he said. I want to go to whole crib because everybody that has left his crib was billionaires. So
I do want to go to his crib too.
I want to go to his crib now.
I do. Even though Bronny wasn't there, but Bronny was adopted.
Bro, shout out to Jay for the verse. Shout out for, I'm not giving Khaled no shout out because I don't even know what DJ Khaled does anymore. Like he actually did produce this track though. He did produce God Did. So
is he talking about us when he say they didn't believe in us? Because who are you talking to, Khaled?
He's talking to his imaginary friend, bro. Like at this point, he's not even talking to nobody in reality. But great track. This album, I don't give a fuck about the album. I don't give a shit about this album. I really don't care about this album at all. I did listen to it twice. A 57-minute album in this day and age is long. I listened to all 18 tracks and skits twice, and I literally walked away from that like, no, just keep giving me that J verse. Like, can somebody please just cut out all this shit and just give me the J verse? That's all I need.
Yeah. Shout out to Jay for did what he did.
Do you know that Jimmy Butler meme when he's bending over on the Raptors for carrying the team? That's what Jay needs after this verse because he made the whole album with that verse.
And Wayne still dropped 25. He still dropped 25. Ross still had a double-double.
Oh man, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. All right, we're gonna wait. We don't do the TV without Mary. I just don't feel comfortable doing without Mary. But Marquis, you got a Black People Like Rock?
Wait, Hayes. I just want to let y'all know for next week I did watch Nope.
Cool. We'll get into Nope.
I want to review that JID album, but I will wait for Mary too. So
okay.
I have so much to say. Much to say,
bro. The here's what I'm a little preview to the JID album. The only thing that can dethrone that at this point is KD3, and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just
Big Steppers. Sorry, but go ahead.
Oh, well, that's not I honestly, that's a cinematic masterpiece to me, bro. So without anything said. Big Steppers, Miss Morale and Big Steppers is clearly above everything else, and then that JD album was fire too.
Yeah, I got a hot take for that. Oh
we'll
my
talk
god,
about it. We'll talk about it. But before we go, Baylor, you got anything?
No, I was gonna say JID, Ja Morant.
I like that.
I like that a lot.
I like that a lot. I feel like the JID album, to me, for the people who wanted Kendrick Lamar to give his normal album, that's what JID gave people.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
Oh my god.
We'll talk about it.
Larry June also dropped, so I don't know if y'all want to get into that.
I haven't got to check that out yet, but I can put that on the list for next week.
All right, I slept on JID. Like lyrically,
bro.
Oh my god,
bro.
Hey, this is his best album.
I think some people too think that JID, because he does do the rap and fast thing sometimes, they don't take in what he's actually saying. He's been spitting that shit, bro. JID's been spitting.
Yeah, yo, if he's too fat, just take an edible. That's what I do. That shit slows down for me.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, well, there you have it. Anything left before we end the show?
I'm actually looking forward to hearing Willow's album. I'll just say that.
Okay. That's
fair. From Black People Love Rock to my perspective. That's all.
Okay. We'll talk about it.
No, that's it. I would say, Turk had an interview that was very interesting. I will say that.
Turk?
Yeah.
You have to send me the link to that. I gotta check that out.
Drink Champs.
Oh, Turk was on Drink Champs?
Did about 2 hours and some change.
I feel like Drink Champs is like have they switched to daily? Because I feel like they have a different interview every day now. I haven't been able to keep up.
They caught on to the YouTube algorithms and they dropping clips and stuff like that. But he definitely had a very solid interview. I liked it.
Okay, I have to check
And,
it out. We'll put that on
and
the list for next week.
he is the first one that actually, I ain't gonna say the first one because they had a lot of interviews, but he actually did. He drunk. Let's just say that.
All right, we'll check that out. But hopefully we got the full team back to next week when we go into it again. I will say this: Issa Rae's interview on Drink Champs as well. If you guys haven't watched that, check that out. That was amazing as well. So Drink Champs has been killing it right now, even with Nori getting on my nerves sometimes. But Drink Champs is they've hit their stride now. They've had a string of just amazing interviews after amazing interviews. So definitely give them their flowers there. Make sure you guys also check out Hip Hop 50. Make sure y'all check that out. Go and support that. But that is it. I got nothing left. You guys got anything? Otherwise, give them your social media.
At Baylorism on TikTok. At Baylor, is it Baylorism on Twitter as well? All right, try it.
Baylorism on Twitter.
All right, and at Baylor the Great on
try it.
At Baylor the Great on IG. Shout out to Magic, Kobe, LeBron, Diesel, Kareem. That's my 5 legends.
Word.
Okay.
That's dope.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to follow me. I'm doing some shit, but check out that and one mixtape, y'all. Wow,
bro,
that video,
that Untold.
Dang, I can't wait. I can't wait
so,
to talk
wait,
about that.
We putting it on the list?
Put on the list. We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about that.
And put G-Unit white beaters on the list too. We gotta talk about that too. We gotta change.
I will come on this show. I gotta see if I still have my G-Unit wife beater. I will come on this show.
You either had that or you had the S. Dot Carters. One or the other.
I had both.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's when the culture changed.
You can follow us collectively at The Breaks Radio. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, thebreaksradio@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave us a text and our voicemail number to do so, 614-547-2039. We are the #1 podcast and show for the culture. And this is it for this week. We out. Peace.
The ruler's back.
Wow.